Hi everybody, Rob here from the Oyster House Boys, and in this video I'm just going to give you a quick run through of a new Eurorack case that I've just had in, and I'm going to rebuild my modular system. So I'm just going to I'll do a time lapse probably of me fitting all of the modules I want to be in this case into this case, and then we'll have a listen to see how it goes. So just a quick run over. This is from Modular Synth Lab, which is a Dutch company. What's really cool about them is that they will custom build to what you want. I wanted to have two of these stacking, so I spoke to the guys there and they've adjusted the design so that these will fit one on top of the other. This one being the bottom one, which meant a different handle and different feet to go on the cases. Anyway, so let's just get it open and have a look, see what the system is actually like. So really good, strong, good quality butterfly clasps. And what have we got in here? Okay, so let's just move this out of the way for a second. I'd just like to say it's made of good quality, thick but lightweight Baltic ply, but it's got this kind of textured, almost like Tolex-like finish on it, which is really quite pleasant. And that's a spray though, not a vinyl wrap. Okay, so what we have, let's see, we have power cables, and I believe, let's just get these elastic bands off. This is a Meanwell power supply, which I have used in the past, and I'm a fan. Let's just take these off. So in here we have some blinds, which is just a fancy way of saying blank panels for just so you don't accidentally drop anything and short out any of your circuits. Let's just open these up so I can show you, because these are pretty cool. These are they're available for purchasing in various different sizes, I believe, and they're made of, I think they're fiberglass, but they're nice. They're good, thick quality, and a really nice kind of printed circuit design. And they come in loads of different sizes, or you can get a set, and which is quite cool. They've sent me white on black and black and white, which I quite like, especially seeing as lots of my modules are different colours. So let's have a look at the build quality. It looks pretty good. Nice rails, and I've gone for threaded inserts rather than the little, I forget what they're called, the individual nuts. Everything seems well put together. I really like the quality and the routing of the cabling. The cabling, you can see, runs down across and then back up into the transformer, which is a good thing, because keeping your cable runs away from your modules is generally thought of as being a good thing. Okay, so I think I'll stop the video in a second, and I'll record a time lapse, so you don't need to see me doing up every single nut and bolt. Things to remember is making sure that your negative is in the right place with the red stripe and everything. But these are all keyed on the buses, so that's good. I'm going to be using knurlies, just because I have a lot of gear coming in, which I'll be reviewing and things, so being able to swap them out more easily means I don't have to forage around in my drawers for a screwdriver. Okay, so before I get building, just a note on kind of what my thought process is modular for me is about two things. So firstly, it's about being able to create an instrument that I might want to use. So I might want to use a Moog sounding filter, or a state variable kind of OB6 SEM type filter with a different kind of a oscillator, and I might want to have various sources of modulation, and sometimes I might want to have a sequencer, and that's all about having something playable that I would use a MIDI controller to play, like I would with the Moog 1 that I've got there. So it's about having something to actually, press some keys and play melodically, but it's also got to serve a second purpose, which for me would be about kind of generative music, and I like making the bleeps and the bloops and all that kind of stuff. It's fun, and it means that I can carry this, I could take it home, and I don't have to worry about 88 keys or whatever I might want to be using today to play anything. I can patch it. I could have a little sequencer. I'm going to have, I'll actually be using marbles from Mutual Instruments for generating some of this stuff. And I can have like an enclosed music system, not just a single instrument. This is going to become almost like a workstation. So I'm going to have some 2HP drum modules. There'll be all sorts of things going on. And I've put a lot of thought and time based on, based on experience of what I'm going to be using. And this is going to become kind of like the primary modular case. And then the second one is going to have more esoteric things that maybe not used in every patch, but are still really cool, interesting things to have, and also geared towards performance, because I'm going to be introducing the modular rig as a performance thing. So when I get out, once the lockdown is over, I'll be introducing more of that, not just the keys, which I'm normally using because I've got like the Prophet, the DX7, D50, the Grandmother, Matrix Brute, and the Moog 1 and the Sub 37, which are your kind of standard gigging machines. This is going to be an addition to that for adding kind of texture and things. And I've also got like the triple threat of the Mother 32, the DFAM, and the Subharmonicon, which are probably going to be coming with me as well as kind of a secondary semi-modular aspect. So clocking is going to be important, making sure all these things can sync together. Anyway, I'm digressing. Well, I'm not, but I'm waffling. So I'm going to stop that now and we'll get on with the build. So there it is. Only change and what I was planning on doing is I was going to have an IntelliGel Unity mixer here, which is this piece here, but unfortunately due to the I guess the tolerances of manufacture of the threaded rails and the faceplates of various modules, it wouldn't quite fit. Well, it would fit fine, but I couldn't get the nerdies in. So that will go in the other case, which isn't a problem. I've got the dope for mixer here, and I've got various other things going on. So I'm not too bothered. Like I say, I'll have my other, well, I'll have another couple of cases. I'll have another one the same as this, plus my little skiff. And then the Erica synths and stuff as well, which will all play together nicely. Anyway, it's all done. So just run through what I've got. Mutable instruments, you can see has quite a heavy presence across the top here. So we've got ears, which is a contact mic and a good preamp. So if I want to run audio from another source, say guitar or something, I can do that through here. Stages, all sorts of things you can do. It can act as sequencer, envelope generator, LFO, all sorts of things going on. I'll probably do a separate video on all of these. So if there's something you want to see more of, or you want me to go in depth about, do just leave a comment and let me know. Marbles, already touched upon that. Good kind of gate and CV generator, really good for kind of making just generative music. So it's really good for creating quantized melodies without you having to, actually play them in. It does other stuff as well, but it's cool. So Platts is that's kind of a sound source, so it's like an oscillator. I guess it kind of is an oscillator with lots and lots of different modes, which I'm sure you know. If you're looking at Eurorack, then you probably know what all of this top row does at least, and probably all of it. Rings is a resonator, so you can get kind of really nice chimes and string sounds and kind of impacts, all sorts of stuff out of that, which I really love. Platts and rings go together very well. Clouds, which is called a texture synthesizer. The way I would look at this is if you're familiar with Arturia's pigments, the granular synthesis engine in there, this produces very similar results to that, but it's hardware and can be controlled in the standard kind of Eurorack way. Warps, which is quite a fun kind of, it's almost a mixer, but does other stuff too. I'll definitely do a video about this with some actual depth to it. And Veils as a quad VCA, because as we all know, you can't have enough VCAs. Then I've got the Pittsburgh Modular, and this is the state variable filter, which I really like because it gives you that kind of Oberheim sound. It's just a real kind of lovely, but it's kind of smooth and aggressive at the same time. It's a really lovely filter. And then we've got the Roland System 500. All of that is in this system, with the exception of the phaser module, which will be in the other case. So we've got the twin VCOs, twin VCFs, twin VCAs, and twin envelopes and LFOs. So there's a lot going on. If you just took this section here and stuck it in a skiff, that would be an amazing section already. In fact, you could lose this filter, although it is a lovely filter, and just use the Pittsburgh, and you get some really fat kind of like, I guess, a little bit vintagey sounding. I'll do a video just on using these modules together maybe. And then we move on to the kick, snare and hat from 2HP, which is really good just to have, you need a little bit of percussion now and then, so these are good sources for that. And you can also use them as kind of mini synth voices in their own right. They're quite versatile. And then we've got the new Oct, which is the DivKid module, which I'll talk about in more depth as well. If you haven't already seen Ben's video on that, then it's a really fun, I've not used it yet, so I'll be reviewing that soon, but it's a really cool little module from what I can see. I'm quite excited about using it. And then I've just got a malt. This is an unbuffered malt, so I've got a buffered one here and an unbuffered one here. And then the Dope for 138 mixer, which is just a 4-channel mixer. And then my IntelliGel outs, just to get the audio out into my audio interface or into some speakers or headphones or whatever. So that's the system as it stands. Just wanted to mention the lid from this case as well. It's got enough depth there that you could pack this up, leave it patched, and be able to hit the road, or work on a performance patch before you go out to a gig and just be able to take the lid off, patch it in, plug it in, and off you go. So that's it for now. I hope this has been of some interest. Please do leave a comment, like and subscribe and all that jazz. But leave a comment if there's something you want me to look at more, or if you'd like to see me kind of, I don't know, restrict myself almost and do, I see quite a lot of people now doing kind of like 2 or 3 or 4 module patches just to show off some of the capabilities of a limited range of modules and to see what you can do with it. So that's something you'd like to see, tell me and I'll crack on with it. But thanks, I've been Rob, and see you all again soon. Bye bye.